You aren't Japanese, so why does the beauty standard apply to you? I get this question sometimes when I mention the Japanese beauty standard, and the answer is I live here and I want to be like a normal operating person in the society. I honestly think that a lot of people forget that a lot of people who live here as foreigners are not just a student or on a military base. Some of us are just in the society and we have to live like everybody else. We just met with a realtor the other day for our house, and just because my husband has long hair, he's kind of a metalhead, he was like, do you guys even have a job? Despite the fact that we had multiple pre-approvals for house loans, which you need to have a job here to get. I'm pretty sure you need to have a job anywhere to get. Like, what's tolerated and accepted here can vary so differently from the States, sometimes even in a good or bad way. Like, for example, Americans care a lot about their teeth. Having straight white teeth is kind of the beauty standard. It's kind of expected for people, especially if you want to make a good impression or any kind of impression that's not negative, even though that has nothing to do with anything about you. And here, even though the beauty standard is like pretty strict by American standards, people literally don't care about teeth. Like, you could have the most like messed up teeth ever and it's just no one cares because it's not really part of the beauty standard. Like, it's just really interesting to see between societies like what people care about. But honestly, when it comes down to it, having face piercings of any kind, having tattoos of any kind, long hair on men, these kind of things, it's just super rare here. And rare in Japanese society doesn't really mean, oh, they're just an individual expressing themselves. It usually translates to what's wrong with them enough that they would break away from the matrix and do that. And I think it also makes an interesting case as to what is considered alternative and what is considered rebelling against the beauty standard depending on where you live. Because when I first started posting a lot of my makeup looks, I used to get so much hate from the goth police. Because if you follow me, you know that my looks are really soft, gothic most days. I remember they were so mad because they thought that my looks couldn't be considered gothic because they weren't intense enough or scary enough, or I don't know, like pushing the boundary enough to combat like societal beauty standards, sorry, my English. I was like, sure, yeah, there is some merit to that. I would say if I was doing these looks in America, they wouldn't be pressing the boundary that much, but I'm in Asia. The kind of makeup that I do and the kind of makeup that I show is not popular here. Like, I literally love you guys so much and I love that you love the products that I love. I've met with a couple CEOs now, like in China, in Korea, and even in Thailand, and I will tell you that the colors that we like the muted colors, the weird ghostly ones, the black ones, consistently sell the worst. They do not do well in Asia at all. People do not like those colors here. And as you know, some of the products I show are literally from like the most popular brands. And I know I'm rambling, but I just say all that to say beauty standards are weird and we all kind of have to abide by them in certain situations. But despite that, I love living in Japan as an alternative person. And I love the way that my style and my interest in makeup and beauty has grown over the years. I feel like it's very true to me. Okay, this is for all of the Americans. My Blight Moon palette is officially available on here. And in honor of that, I really want to do a red look because I don't think I've done one on here yet. And before we start, I just want to say this is my artwork. I put my whole heart into this. And basically the vibe is kind of Poison Garden and like a little bit Dark Souls, dark fantasy, high fantasy inspired. I'm gonna start first with the shade Bloodstone. It's kind of like a muted, I don't want to say washed out, but like a little bit of a dusty maroon shade. I really don't like when reds blend out to be like purple or orange or whatever. I just want them to stay either red or get a little bit more dusty. I'm just gonna bring it a little bit onto my nose to create like this kind of shape. And I'm really just keeping it simple and going in next with a Ruby Flame all over my eyelids. This is truly just a ruby red eyeshadow. I feel like you would never see these. Adding some to my bottom lash line. I'm just gonna add a tiny bit of black just for a little bit of extra depth out here. My hot take is that every palette should have a black. And then to finish it off, I just put a little bit of Gilded in my inner corners. It looks really cool and fiery red from the front view, but then it kind of shifts to a green. Really cool shade. And there we go. This is literally my perfect red smoky eye. I just want to say thank you to you guys so much. Without you, I would not be here to do something so cool like this. Literally get so excited every time someone tags me in their looks and everything. It's just the coolest thing ever. I feel like my heart is just so full. To anybody who picks this up, I really hope that you love it and it adds a lot of value to your collection because that's all I want. Okay, for all my spooky, cool tone, goth, like K-beauty girlies, I had a brand to try today. I've been wanting to try them for a while because they really cater to like muted and cool tones. And they just also have a really nice aesthetic. The brand is called New Grey, which love the name. I'm always excited when I see a Korean brand try to break the mold, so let's try everything together. Starting off first with blush. This is the only product that I have tried previously before, but I just wanted to show you how pretty this shade is. It's the shade Carrier, and it's like a dusty, vivid purple. I don't know how to describe it. It is so pretty on cool tone olive skin. Next, we have this super interesting face palette. It's multi-purpose, but I think it's kind of advertised as a face palette. On the side, there is a glow bomb, and on the other, there's this really interesting like sheer grayish black color. And on their social media, they said you can kind of use this wherever you want, but I did see them using it as a contour, so I'm just going to try a little bit. Whoa. Blending it over here, then putting the balm on top. This is a product I did not know that I needed. It's so perfect for like an everyday soft goth look. And yes, I'll be using this on my lips later because I have to know. For now, I'm going to move on to eyes. Also, the packaging makes a little face when you turn it sideways. This is their palette in Nuance. I'm excited for this like dusty purple shade, so I'm going to use that all over my eyes first. Oh, that is so pretty. It's so delicate. I'm going to darken it with this shade. I love how soft these shades are. This would definitely be perfect for someone who wants like a little bit of an edgy look without being like too much. For highlight slash glitter, I have this really cute palette shaped like the moon, and it has 2 highlights inside. This is what they look like. They're definitely one of those highlighters that don't have like large chunks of glitter inside, which I kind of prefer. I use a little bit of the pink shade on my eye. I'm not really expecting it to be like super blinding. Going in on the Aegyosaw. Yeah, that's what I thought I was gonna do. Okay, for lips, I have a couple of interesting shades, including the gray that I want to try. But first, I want to swatch these 3. Can't read Korean, but this is the shade 05. And then 06, New Career. I have some Japanese on this one, so I can read it. And then this one is 02, Taupey. I'm going to line my lips per usual. I'm gonna try the first shade that I swatched because it looks really pretty. Ooh. This definitely looks a lot more pink on camera, but in real life, it's definitely like a very muted mauve. This is so pretty. It's like my lips, but better. But for the finishing touch, I have to put this kind of like weird gray gloss on top. Let's see. Ooh, that is like way more pigmented than I thought it was gonna be. Just the finished lip combo. It's kind of everything. I feel like it's so rare you get a true gray gloss, so I will treasure this and probably get a backup. This is the finished look. Absolutely obsessed. If you guys follow me, you know this is the look that I go for. Very much like haunted K-beauty girly. Okay, I have been on the hunt for a brown Korean lip tint, and I think I finally found some. Literally, look at these colors. These are from the brand talkkk, which is one of my favorite brands for lip tints. And this is their popping balloon tint. I didn't even know these existed because they never really advertised them. I didn't even know these colors came out until I just randomly found them on their website. Let's swatch them all. Lining my lips and muting them out like I always do. I know some people don't like this, but my goal when I try lip tints is to see if I can get the color to look exactly like the advertising photo. First up is 991 Hazy. That's what it looks like. It's actually so brown. Let's try it. Oh, are these plumping ones? Okay, I looked at these are plumping, and I can confirm that they are really intense. My lips are like kind of on fire right now. Next up is 992 Attitude. It has a little bit more pink in there. These are so pretty. I'm so upset that these are plumping. This one is such a pretty everyday my lips but better shade. It looks really good in person. Next up is 993 Harsh, and it looks like it has a little bit more purple in there. This is gonna be the one that I love. Ooh, yes. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. I mean, honestly, I don't think I have to say anything for this color. This is like the most perfect brownie, purpley nude color. 10 out of 10. Before I put on the last one, this is what my lips are looking like. I do think they look a little bit bigger. They're definitely really stained and on fire. Last and also the darkest is 990 Smoky. Black always does dark lip tints really well, so I am very excited for this. Here's what it looks like, and it is absolutely beautiful. All of these are honestly insane. I think we could beg them to release these in like a non-lip plumping formula. Please. I used to be bummed that my birthday wasn't on Halloween, but honestly 4th of July as a kickoff to spooky season every year is poetic enough for me. It's my birthday, so get ready with me and I guess catch up a little bit. Lately I've just been in this like low grade persistent level of anxiety, not necessarily because of anything bad, but just there's a lot of things happening in my life recently. I just kind of feel overstimulated. I turned 29 today, which feels definitely like a big age. My husband's also gonna be gone for the next 2 weeks getting his license, so pretty soon I'll be able to experience Japan for the first time in a car in like like 7 years, juggling a bunch of projects, and hopefully we'll be able to buy our first house soon. A lot of life is happening all at one time and it feels really, really overwhelming. It's been really hitting me lately that I'm like not a young adult anymore. I'm an adult and I'm starting to make like big life decisions. I feel like I didn't have a lot of pressure before because I was kind of just a foreigner floating through Japan. Like I never really felt like I belonged here or we were gonna have like a long future here, but recently we've been kind of wanting to settle down here, which feels really, really permanent. And that's kind of scary if it's not like your native country that you're committing to. I've also been feeling like I want to talk more about living in Japan or just like Japan-centered topics, because if you follow me, you know that I don't really touch on it that often unless I have something really I want to say. I don't know, before I had kind of zero interest in talking about Japan. I think I tried early on when I first started posting on here, but it honestly felt like pulling teeth. Plus the people who consume Japan content all day are kind of scary. Maybe since I'm getting older, I feel like I want to waffle a little bit more and also add my opinion where previously I just didn't think I had much to add to a conversation that wasn't already there. There was also an impending day where we would have to commit to staying here or not, like very long term. Even though my husband is Japanese and we've been living here for a long time and married here for a long time, it just feels like kind of weird to finally commit, like this is where I'll be spending my whole life, my whole adult life for the foreseeable future. But it feels right for us, so I guess that's just like the most obvious choice. The news was kind of sad for my parents as well, because I know that they are maybe hoping in the back of their mind that I would come back someday, but it just doesn't really seem like it. And that's a whole other thing too, like missing your family and realizing that you're not going to be around them for most of your life. That is something I didn't consider when I moved here. Lots and lots of things to process. I just feel like my brain's about to explode. I feel so anxious, low-key, but it's all good, so I don't know why I'm feeling this way. All right, here is my finished look. It's pretty much the same that I always do. I think I'm just gonna have a quiet rest of my day, just sitting inside and reflecting and trying to channel my thoughts and get down to the nitty-gritty of what I'm really feeling. Happy spooky season, you guys. My husband's out of town for 2 weeks and today is my birthday, so I am spending it alone. But he did leave me some presents. Gift giving is one of his love languages, so I always like to appreciate him on here with you guys. These were the things that were sitting out, and then I was also told that this big box was for me. I guess let's open this one first. Death Note? Let me pull everything out. This bag is so sick. It's like a tote bag with Duke on it. Inside is all blue and then there's like a little apple embroidered on the back. This is so cute and like so perfect for summer. I didn't even know how he found these. This shirt is so cute. Other t-shirt. This is so sweet. I was basically complaining to him the other day that I didn't really have any casual summer clothes. I feel like you rarely see Death Note merch that's this cool. Like these socks are so cute. All right, I just saw the back of these t-shirts and I'm really excited. I think I know what this is. Kind of a niche manga. Yes. Oh my god. Do you guys read Dorohedoro? It's like one of my favorite mangas of all time. This is so sick. I love the back of this t-shirt. I think I'm just gonna wear it like this because In is my favorite character. This is so rad. It's actually kind of making me excited for summer. Oh my god, this is so cute. I didn't even know that they had Dorohedoro merch. Truly baffles me like how he finds all these things. One looks kind of familiar. I think it's from NSC. Yes. Super cute little hand towel. This would be perfect in summer when you have to wipe all your sweat. He's so on it. Oh my god. I was also mentioning that I needed new hairbrushes. I've had the same one that I've had since I moved here like 7 years ago. And you got me an Anasui one. This is so cute. Okay, there's one more thing in here. Ooh, looks like a lipstick. I'm guessing it's probably gonna be purple because he loves when I wear purple lipstick. So let's see. Cute. Okay, let's see the color. I think he probably saw that it was purple and was like, yep, that's the one. I'll wait for him to come home and wear this for him. All right, that's it. And I feel so grateful. I wish I could open everything with him, but yep, I guess it's just gonna be me and I will let him know that I loved everything. Okay, so Ramon had been teasing some brown lip products, and turns out they are lip liners. They're expanding their shade range to include some brown, darker ones. They just sent me all of their new shades. They look so perfect and honestly kind of vampy, so let's try them all on together. Starting first with the darkest one, this is Bitter Mocha. They sent me this little lip kit, so I'm just going to use the combo that they have in here. I'm going to show you guys what I do when I use a dark lip liner versus like a really light one like I usually do. I basically draw like a little mustache up here and then a little bit just on the bottom. And then I just softly blend it out. This is kind of the final shape that we want. It doesn't have to be too perfect. Then I just go over everything with my main color. The one that they included is Nutty Vague. Oh yeah, this lip combo has to be one of my favorites that I've tried in a long time. This will be probably my everyday one for the next 2 weeks. Next one I'm gonna try is Fig Spread. It is this shade right here. It looks so pretty. It seems to be a little bit lighter than the other two. Oh yeah, this just has like the perfect amount of slight dustiness to it. Such a pretty mauve shade. I think this is another like everyday shade for me. To pair it with Peony Ballet, that's the one that they included. Oh yeah. These lip combos are actually like insane. Whoever put these together needs a raise. Very excited for the last one now. This is Plum Burgundy. It is this shade right here. Ooh. That is really pretty. The shade that this one came with is Grapey Way. Betting this is going to be very winter friendly. I mean, once again, this is a beautiful lip combo. I'm like, these are all stunning. To be completely honest, I was a little bit disappointed to find out these were lip liners and not a brown lip tint. But yeah, these are beautiful and I'm very glad they exist. Everybody tag Romand and beg them for a brown lip tint though, next. Well, I think I summoned like all 30 Dota Hedora fans with this t-shirt that my husband got for me. This is what the front looks like, and then he got me a second one, which looks like this. Super rad. I was planning on styling it, so I guess we can do it together. But before we start, for anybody wondering, the tag says Kaspa, and my husband said that he got this in Akihabara from like a standalone store. As a base, I'm thinking this really cute blue dress. Just got it recently. This is what the vibes are looking like. I'm gonna put the shirt on backwards because personally I like the back design more, and plus In is my favorite character. This is kind of what the basic shape is, and now I'm going to add accessories. Bow tie collar. And I kind of have this like harness skirt. It's from a Japanese brand called Hey Hey. I have a million of these because I'm literally obsessed with them. You can usually buckle it in the front, but I'm gonna leave it open because I want to show the design. Little skull earrings, spiky bag, and then these Doc Martens. Here's the finished fit. I'm not a big t-shirt person, but I think this came out really cool. Chances are, if you've stepped into a drugstore in Japan recently, you've probably seen this serum, or at least this brand. And honestly, when in doubt, trust the Japanese girlies. Because my skin has been struggling with the summer here. I don't know if it's from the AC or the heat or whatever, but it's been so dry and so irritating. It's making my base look so bad and it's making me sad. But like, this has saved my makeup. This is what my base looked like maybe a week or two ago after only wearing it for about an hour or two. And here it is now. And it stays this way all day. This is the Toriden Dive-In Serum, and last time I checked, I think it was ranked top 10 here, and I know it's also popular in Korea. Their masks as well. It's supposed to be a really moisturizing serum, but a lot of girls said it's really great for makeup prep, which I can confirm. Usually hyaluronic acids don't really impress me that much, but this one actually has a low molecular structure, which means the particles are smaller, so they absorb a lot deeper and quicker into the skin. Makes your skin like really plump, and because it's so lightweight, makeup just like kind of glides on and it doesn't pill or crack. This literally looks so good and my skin feels good. If I had to describe what it's like using this, it's like watering a plant, but the plant is your skin. I can totally see why this is so popular, and I highly recommend as well. Okay, this fragrance is supposed to smell like stardust. The notes are literally insane. I'll put them on the screen. This is Principalities from a brand called Celeste, a Romanian house, I believe. Before I try it, I just want to show you the box. Look how beautiful this is. Every single one of these fragrances is supposed to be like an angel, a different concept of an angel. And this one might be the most kind of like scary conceptual one. Anyways, I can kind of smell this already, so let's see. Whoa. This smells immediately so like elemental. I don't know how to describe it. I've actually never smelled anything like this. I'm gonna do a little spray. Whoa, it's like actually kind of spicy. That is so weird. It's like dusty and harsh. I don't even have to get close to my wrist. It's just like filling the air everywhere. Really, really smoky as well, while also being kind of like metallic, and just like the smell of air. My brain is like struggling to comprehend like what's going on. Looking at the notes, I definitely get like the wet leaves and the atmosphere, the gunpowder, definitely the kind of spicy qualities and the weird plants that are in this. Also, there is an almond cookie listed, which I also like kind of get, which is interesting because I think I heard somewhere that like space is supposed to smell kind of like raspberry and almond cookies. Is that right? Also, what's so bizarre is I sprayed this on my wrist and I didn't spray anywhere else, but I'm smelling it like over here and just like it's like floating around my head, but it's not like stagnant, which is really odd. It's like I'm smelling it from across the room, but it's on me. Like, I don't know how to describe. It's like, this smells like how a liminal space would smell, like the void would smell. It literally smells like you're outside of time and space. I don't know how they did this. Literally so cool. I cannot wait to wear this and like confuse everybody. I do think it smells really good. It is just like very strange. They have two other fragrances which I have the samples of, so I'm very excited to do like maybe a full brand review because I have really high expectations after this one. Let's Let's do a full face of gothic makeup only using Roman, because I feel like out of all the K-beauty brands, this is the one that's most goth girl friendly. Like, we literally bully them into making a black lip tint. I want to start first with their Kuromi cushion. This one's not specifically goth, but I think the packaging is so cute. Don't look at my puff. This is the shade 21 in. For my contour, I'm going to use the Dusty Fog Garden Palette. This is literally one of my holy grails. This is the shade that I like to use. If you've been looking for a gray contour, sometimes you should just check out eyeshadow palettes. Like, look how pretty this is. Great for eyebrows too. For eyes, I'm going to do kind of like a smoky purple look using their Kuromi palette. I believe this is the Cheeky Garden one. I think this is limited edition, but you can still get this palette without the Kuromi packaging. Kind of mixing these two shades. Kind of make like a Your Dark Circles but better look. Kind of take this shade to deepen a little bit. Then for shimmer, using one of their eye glitters. These are so pretty and I feel like kind of underrated. Next up, I'm going to lighten my eyebrows with their brow mascara in 08 Moon Gray. This one I think is Japan exclusive, but they have another gray shade, 01, that is like universal. It's just such a subtle difference, but I feel like they make a huge impact. For cheeks, I'm using their blush in Vine Nude. Such a beautiful pale pink. I don't think I have any highlighters from them, so I'm just gonna use one of the Fui Jelly Pots to do so. For lips, I have a bunch of really cool options. I have their blue lip tint, their black lip tint, their black lip mud, and then these two lip liners, which are both stunning. But I think I'm gonna use their black lip tint because I consistently see people still not really know how to use them, so I'm gonna show you guys what I do to make them look the best. I like to start first with their lip liner in Taupe. This is like another one of my holy grails. There's a lot of holy grails in this video, but it's basically a very pale grayish brown color, and it's supposed to mute out the natural color of your lips, which you're definitely gonna want to do if you want to make your lip tint look good. Cover pretty much your whole lips, only leaving this part exposed. And then for the lip tint, you just want to do a thin layer to start out with and blend it into the lip liner. Kind of just smack my lips together and it ends up looking like this. This is where you want to be. Get a fresh dip and then centralize it to the middle of your lips in a thick layer, and try not to touch your lips together. You want this to form a film. Wipe off your wand and slowly blend this color into the ombre you already made. And there you go. Honestly, without too much fussing, you should be able to get this lip look really, really easily. And there we go. A full gothic makeup look using only Roman. It's kind of crazy to think that you can get this kind of look using only K-beauty. Well, I was on Taobao again, and I saw that they had Naruto Labubus, so I'm gonna justify this by saying that you don't really see Naruto merch these days, so this was worth it. I'm not sure what these are called, but these are all of the options. They all really look so cute, so let's see what the first one is. Oh my gosh. My god. This is so cute. This is so much better than a Labubu. This is the most perfect Gar merchandise I've ever seen. Look at the detail. I think the head and like all the hands and arms move. Imagine this on your bag. I think this is probably gonna be the one that I pick because Gar is like my favorite character. Okay, next one. Oh my god, it's so cute. Sasuke. I have a friend who like absolutely loves Sasuke. Actually, Sasuke is one of my favorite characters as well, but yeah, I know she's gonna love this one and I can't wait to give it to her. I have to represent the emo boys. Next one is gonna be this one. I really want to see the Kakashi one. This is Hinata, but I'm not sure what her costume is, but still, she's really, really cute. Actually, I have a friend who loves Hinata so much, so she's not my favorite character, but I can't wait to give it to her. But yeah, this is what she looks like. So cute. If anybody knows what her costume is supposed to be though, let me know. This is so fun. Oh, Sakura! Oh my gosh, this is so cute! Actually, you know what? I'm really tempted to keep this one. Look how cute she looks in her little costume, and she has a pink keychain. This is so adorable. Alright, there's two more, so I think it should be Naruto and Kakashi. Let's see who I'll get first. This one's so cute. Oh my god, he has a little green keychain too. He's Paku. Look at his like little headband. Oh my god. Okay, last one, and I really hope it's Naruto and not the secret. No offense to whoever the secret is, but Naruto is like the goat. Okay, let's please be Naruto. Look at his little tail. Attention to detail on these is so amazing. This is so cute. The Kurama costume has like little teeth on his forehead. Okay, now for the hardest part, choosing. I'm stuck between Gaara or Naruto, so honestly I think I'll keep this one for myself, and then I'm gonna give Naruto to my husband because that's his favorite character, and then the rest, even though I love them, I know will go to good hands. I have another sheer white foundation to review today. I feel like it's been a while. If you don't know me, I am a sheer white foundation connoisseur, and I feel like this one is actually the most affordable one I have picked up so far. At least I always see it like half off for like $12. This is the Made by Mitchell liquid foundation in the shade LB1. It's just a pure white. I'm guessing this is a mixer shade to customize foundations, but we're just gonna put it all over the face as an actual foundation. Even though it's not the most hygienic, I love foundations that come in a wand like this because applying them is so satisfying. I'm just gonna do about this much. It does build on the packaging, so I'm guessing this kind of has a sheer buildable formula. It's going on so evenly so far, which is really hard to do with a white foundation. It has a little bit of luminosity as well. This is what half of my face looks like, and honestly I feel like this might be my favorite white foundation I've tried so far out of all of the other ones. This looks so good. It's so even. The difference is so subtle. I literally feel like this is what lead makeup really looked like. It's not too shiny, it's not sticky at all, and nowhere on my face has it patched up. Sometimes white foundations will do that just because the pigment is so light, but yeah, it hasn't caught on any dry patches. All right, this is what it looks like, just the one sheer layer that I did. I think this is the perfect embodiment of like a sheer white foundation. This looks like my natural skin, even like up close it looks like that as well. Obviously I have to see how it works with the rest of my makeup, but if you can get it for half off, which like I said, I always see it for half off, I think this might have to take the cake for the best white foundation, well, sheer white foundation I've ever tried thus far. I have some Black Moon Cosmetics lipsticks to try on today, and I'm very excited because I have Kourtney Quarantine's collab. I absolutely love them, so like huge congratulations. This color selection is honestly insane, so let's try them all on. I can't wait anymore. Oh yeah, and then I also have the shade Poseidon, which is a new shade from them. I think it's a dark blue. Here's all the shades that come in the bundle, and these are so Kourtney core. First up is Bones. This is probably my favorite lipstick from them. It is literally so unique. The shade looks different on everybody, and on me it's kind of like a pale, very muted lavender shade. Absolutely love. Next up is Werewolf. I've actually never tried this shade before. I don't think I've really tried any of their bullet lipsticks, maybe only one or two, so this one's really exciting. Whoa, super pigmented right off the bat. This is a lot cooler tone than I thought it was going to be, like, judging from the bullet. Yeah, this is stunning. I can see why Kourtney loves this one. It kind of rides the line between brown and gray, but it's not too gray. She will be loved. And then the last one in the bundle is Ashes. It's like a true cool tone gray. I think this is one of the first lipsticks I really fell in love with from Black Moon, because back in the day you could not find gray lipsticks. Not the best application, but I mean, come on. This shade is so beautiful. I am really glad to have a backup. Congratulations again to Kourtney, because like what a rad lineup. I don't think I could pick the colors better myself. Oh, by the way, I realized they sent me one more. This is Deranged, but let's try their new shade Poseidon first. Let's see. Ooh, it's so dark. Literally don't mind my lips because these are really long lasting and they're hard to get off. Oh yes. This blue is like darker than my soul. Sorry again about the not perfect swatch, but this is so pretty. I feel like you never see blues like this that are not patchy. I can tell that they worked really hard on this. I am obsessed. I want to swatch the last one, but this one's like not coming off. I'm just gonna throw a gloss on this one, and I guess it's my fate to wear it for the rest of the day. But this is the shade Deranged. I guess I can just swatch it on the back of my hand. Ooh, that's so pretty, like a 1920s red. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to wear this tomorrow. Thank you, Black Moon. I literally love all of these. Yeah. I did this look the other day and I can't stop thinking about it, so I want to recreate it. It's basically my soft gothic gray look, but a dusty pink. If I had to give it a Pantone, I think it would be this one, silver pink. The base was really glowy, so I'm gonna keep it the same this way and go in with these like kind of creamy concealers. Then I'm gonna blend everything out with a very sheer glowy compact cushion. I'm gonna do eyebrows before my eyeshadow because this is the star of the show. This is an eyebrow mascara from the Thai brand Lip Glass in the shade Pastel Pink, and I'm absolutely obsessed with this color. I usually use a gray color, but I absolutely love the way this pink one looks. This looks a little bit crazy, but if you just take like a little bit of concealer and brighten under your brows, they get a lot more shape back. For eyeshadow, I was generously sent this by Daysik. I don't know what I did to deserve it, but I'm looking for a dusty pink, and I'm thinking maybe this palette would be good or this one. Maybe I'll mix them. This shade looks absolutely perfect, exactly what I'm looking for. Yes, this is exactly what I wanted. Basically a gray, but it's a little bit pink. Let's see if I can darken it with this shade from the Mauve Bear palette. Just a little bit. These tones are so pretty. Drawing my Aegosol eyeliner, mascara. For cheeks, I'm gonna mix two shades, but first I have this beautiful one from Javin de Sol. Like, look at this color. Is it not angelic? I'm gonna place this one first as a base since it's so light. Just gives the softest muted pink flush. And then I'm gonna use this kind of glossy shade from AOU right in the center. Went on a little bit brighter than I thought it was going to be. But to dull that down a little bit, I'm going to use Lavender Whip from Fui just on the apples of my cheek to get a glow. Little setting powder, fake moles, and highlighter on my nose to match the glow on my cheek. And the face is done, so I'm moving on to lips. This is the shade that I was wearing in the picture that I showed before. Before that, I'm going to line my lips in Roman's taupe shade. I literally use this like every video. Simply may perish if they ever discontinue this. Alright, then my lip color is called Mauve Plum. A lot of people were asking what this color was in my video. Is it not stunning? Gone through one of these already. I'm literally obsessed with this shade. Actually, just to bring a little depth to my lips, I'm gonna use Last Smoke from Kaleidos right in the center. It's also a very dusty pink, just for a bit of an ombre. And then this is the finished look. I guess for all the summers out there who think that they can't do a soft alternative look, here you go. What are some downsides of living in Japan? Some negatives? I always get people asking me this, and honestly this might be super specific, but I do think about this all the time. It's also not that serious, but basically there are no like gothic spaces in Japan. There's no like sprawling graveyards full of mausoleums and weeping angels. They look like this, and at the coolest, this, which is definitely a vibe, but just not like gothic in the way that I want it to be. I really miss being able to go to like old districts of towns and seeing all the brick and mortar and stone buildings, like dark wood and velvet, and just being able to order like a cup of tea and sitting in a place that just feels dark and gloomy. Everything and like everyone honestly kind of strives to have this like bright, youthful kind of glow to them. It's really hard to find darker places. And it's kind of like on top of that, just like goth vibes or goth culture is just a lot different here. Like when you think of goth, or when people think of goth here, they probably think a lot more of like 80s, maybe like Western fashion, and then like gothic Lolita. Like that's the kind of goth vibes that you're gonna find here. It's almost always a Lolita style. It also means like if you're thrifting for stuff, it's really hard to find alternative things that look like what I want from like the Western idea of like goth and alternative stuff. Thrifting was like a huge part of my identity as like an alternative person, but I can't really do that here anymore, so it just kind of feels limiting, if that makes sense. Even though I've really come to like my style here now. And if they don't really sell gothic clothing, they most definitely don't sell like any kind of decorations for your house or anything else. Like there's no spiderweb blankets. Halloween is not really a thing here. That's when I used to get like a lot of my decor for my house, but the holiday is more like a couple's holiday here. It's not really like a grand spooky affair. Honestly, I think the closest you can get to a gothic vibe is maybe going to like an old haunted Japanese house where the shoji's broken and it's like inhabited by yokai or ghosts or something. It's just not the same, and I didn't think it would bother me that much like when I moved here, but after a while I just kind of miss being able to customize my avatar or my life with the stuff that I like to go for. At the end of the day though, it's not that serious. But honestly, like unpopular not serious takes are my favorite videos to hear from people who live here, so I just wanted to add mine. And I guess let me know if you want any other like not serious like annoying things about living here. I definitely have a lot. Western makeup is shivering in their boots because look at this palette. I don't even think I have to say anything. I mean, just look at the shimmers. Sephora brands could never. Is this not the most beautiful eyeshadow palette you have ever seen? Absolutely speechless. This is insane. This is what it looks like inside. This is from the CBD brand Sugar Rock. Supposed to be inspired by silver, and there's also a gold one which I have, and there's gonna be 2 more coming later on in the year. I've been waiting forever to get my hands on this, so let's do a look together. While the purples are tempting, I think I just want to stay in this row and do kind of like a muted emerald green look. Just want to swatch some of the shimmers though first. Oh my god, these are insane. All right, I'm gonna start first with this shade. These are very pigmented, by the way. This color is so pretty just by itself. I'm gonna take this one now. Definitely going in with a really soft hand. And for some depth, I'm gonna go in with the darkest green shade. Right in my outer corner, a little bit on my nose as well. Then I want to take this shade. Whoa, so pretty. Then I think this shade on my lower lash. Oh, it's kind of like orangey gold. And finally, this shade right in my inner corner. Really intense. I actually want to put the same shade over the kind of orange shade because I think that will look better. For my lips, I'm going to take a little bit of this shade mixed with a little bit of this one and just go over my upper lip. I like to do this to create a little bit of harmony. And for my lipstick color, I have this Girl Code lipstick in J813. It is a very dark forest green, and as I predicted, it matches perfectly. Here is the finished look. I was so happy with how this came out. I didn't even know I needed these tones in my collection. I'm very excited to play with the purples and the gold one next. Chinese makeup is truly living in 2050. So I'm buying a house in Japan, and I'm getting ready to do something so awkward, so unfortunate. Basically, and this is crazy to me as an American, when you buy a house here, especially if it's a secondhand house like the one that we're buying, you have to give the owner a deposit, which I think is really normal in most countries, but here it's more of like a gift ritual almost. To like thank them, I guess, for letting you buy the house. I don't know, I feel like it's just a weird Japanese thing. But the thing is, you have to stuff like $20,000 in cash, like in cash, in like an envelope or something, and carry it to go meet them. Like that's the gift, that's the deposit, that's how you give it to you. You have to give it to them in cash. I know Japan is a safe country, but I just like don't feel comfortable carrying that much money with me. Like what if I drop it or something by accident? Like I don't know, as an American that's crazy. Whatever, that's just what you gotta do. But like I said, you have to meet the owners in person. And the thing with our house is that it's some like younger couples forever home that they're selling because they're getting divorced. And let me tell you, people do not get divorced here easily. It takes a lot. This guy at my husband's company literally got written up for sexual harassment and then got arrested the other day for beating a guy on a train, and his wife was still calling in for him on his behalf. Obviously, I don't know exactly what happened, but I do know that one of them, I'm not sure if it's the wife or husband, has to come all the way from out of town from like a couple of prefectures over to meet with us on this day. So awkward that the only reason that these two are going to be in the same room together is to sell the house when we are there. And worse than that, the property that house is actually on is owned by like one of their fathers, so there has to be 3 people there. It makes it awkward because we asked for a discount on this house, which that guy was the one who didn't want to take it. The realtor literally said that they were going back and forth with him like all week. So basically it'll be us with a nervous amount of money standing there with the grandpa that we kind of annoyed by asking for a discount that he didn't want but took it later, and the divorcing couple all in one room. And also the grandpa, like the wealthy one, he lives in that neighborhood too, so like we will have to see him again, and our train stop is really small, so he's gonna know what we look like. And obviously he knows that we're gonna be taking over his like family member's forever home as a new shiny young couple. It's just like so awkward on so many levels, like I can't even explain. Why does it have to be like this? I've been seeing people share their anxiety rescue kits, so I want to share mine. This one is kind of Japan specific, but I have POTS and I get really bad panic attacks, especially when I'm in public, and I feel like having a panic attack in public in Japan is like twice as embarrassing as it is anywhere else, so I hope this helps somebody. But first I want to mention something that has helped my anxiety so much. You can buy these in pretty much any drugstore here. It's basically an ice pack necklace that you can wear. Heat is a huge trigger for me, so I don't leave the house in the summertime especially without one of these, but also when I'm at home I like to wear these anytime I feel like I have a panic attack coming on. It's just like a really cold sensation around the neck, which tends to calm me down. I feel like a lot of people were saying the same thing in their kits, so if you come here, if you have this in your home country, I highly recommend something like this. Next up, like many other people, I have an emergency ice pack. Like I said, heat is a huge trigger for me. It is also for my other chronic illnesses, so I always have one of these, especially if I go outside and my ice necklace runs out. It's nice to be able to break this and like put it on my face if I'm starting to panic. I also have these cooling wipes. They're for the body. You usually like rub them on, and they have kind of like a menthol, I think, in there that like makes it feel cold when air is on you. These ones specifically are like the strongest ones you can find. I have checked so many. You can get these at Donkey, I think, only. It's the extra ice type, and when I'm starting to panic, especially if it's really hot outside, I will basically rub these on my neck and my wrists and like all my pulse points, because the best way to describe the sensation of these is burning cold, so I feel like it's very grounding as well as cooling. Next up in here, I have these little candies, but they're not candies specifically. They're actually like chewable sports drinks. Like I said, I have POTS, and usually one of my triggers for panicking is dehydration or having low electrolytes in general. I feel like a lot of people actually get panic attacks because they are dehydrated. So having something like this in my bag that I can eat quickly and eat a couple of them definitely makes me feel better, just like knowing I have it, and also like being able to eat it as well. This is something I always recommend to my chronically ill girlies. I have 2 kinds of mints, one that's like larger and a little bit less strong, so I can like suck on it for a while if I feel like it's not that serious, or these little tinier ones tend to be really strong, like burn your nose hair strong, so if I'm like really starting to panic, I'll pop a couple of these and like shock my system. Some fruity vaguely sour candy. When I'm starting to panic, I get that like low blood sugar feeling, so being able to eat something like this and like tell my brain that like no, that's not what's happening, really helps calm me down. And plus it's grounding to like eat something, especially if it's a little bit sour and fruity. And then for the kind of like medicine part of this is the best stomach medicine you can get in Japan, in my opinion. Like if you have any kind of stomach ache, this fixes it so fast. These are amazing if you get that kind of like stress induced sharp pain, kind of stomach pain. Highly recommend. And then my last thing is a kind of quasi drug that you can get from the drugstore here called Utto. I'll put the like box up here because I don't have it obviously. Xanax makes me depresso, so I don't like to take it, but these are basically like a antihistamine kind of based thing that help you relax, and they just take the edge off, so I like to carry these as well. And yeah, that's everything. This thing has helped me so many times, you would not believe it. As a KBD vampire, I am always down for products that look super spooky. And I don't know if everybody else is like this, but I don't break out on my period, I break out after my period. Clogged pores, rough skin texture, just overall my skin's doing bad, but look at my skin now after just a week using April Skin's TXA line. First I started with their microneedling toning shot, which is packed with TXA and niacinamide, which is great for reducing pores. It's also really intense. I use this in combination with their milky toner, which is such a cute shade of pink, and it has a lot of ceramides in there that really help your skin barrier. It might sound counterintuitive, but if you have dry skin like me, you actually want to over moisturize so that your skin doesn't get clogged. I don't know why it works this way. Halfway through the week, I tried their TXA wrapping mask to maximize my results. It's great for locking in moisture, minimizing pores, and also fading discoloration. My skin was so happy the next day. I don't know, seriously, Korean skincare is amazing. It's literally magic in a bottle. If you're also struggling with clogged pores and skin texture, definitely check these products out. You guys, Necromancy Cosmetica released some new shades and they all look stunning. And also I believe that they're making Osaminta permanent to their line. I also have their black lip balm. So let's try all these on together because I cannot wait. First up, this is the lineup of their In Memoriam collection. Hard to choose one to try first, but I'm really interested in this kind of like pale dusty mauve shade. This is Dolorosa. Ooh, such a stunning, unusual nude pink. Definitely the kind of nude color I would go for. A little bit more purple on my skin tone than it looks in the bullet, but I love this. Next up is Memento, which looks to be kind of like a blackened or muted rose color. I love shades like this for like an everyday look. Let's see. Whoa, okay, immediately love this color. I think this one might be my favorite. This shade is so unique. I don't have anything like this. Once again, it's a little bit more purple than I was expecting just from the swatch, but oh my god, this looks so good. I think this one's gonna be a go-to for me. Next one is Lamento, and this looks to be kind of like a dark grayish brown. I love shades like these. See what it looks like. It's actually a lot more like bluish gray than I was expecting just from the bullet. I'm like really bad at predicting how these are gonna look on me apparently. But literally so pretty. Like I've loved all of these lipsticks so far with my makeup today. I can see myself wearing all of them. Okay, last of the new shades, this is Sepulcro, I believe that's how you say, and it's definitely the darkest. I think it's like their take on a black lipstick. She is definitely pigmented. This is what she looks like. It almost has like a very dark gray quality to it. It's not like pitch black, which I think is really interesting. I would love to see this on like a deeper skin tone. It's like a soft black. Next up, even though this isn't new, I do want to show Osamenta because it's one of my favorite lipsticks in my collection. I'm so glad that they're making this permanent. It's a little bit crazy right now. This is like the most perfect goth girl concealer lip. It almost has kind of like an olive quality to it, so it always reads as kind of spooky and unsettling. I usually use it as a lip base, but it does look really cool by itself. And then last up is a new formula for me. I haven't got to try their lip balms yet, but this is their black lip balm in Undead. You guys know how I feel about a black lip balm. And this one is a beautiful addition to my collection. I love how evenly it spreads. Sometimes black lip balms can get kind of like clumpy, but this one spreads really easy on the lips. And plus I like the ones that are kind of like not too shiny like this because I think they give you like a natural dead looking look. Like I just woke up like this. Thank you so much Necromancy for sending these to me. I literally love all of them per usual. The Nam has been on my fragrance wish list forever, especially since I heard about their rice fragrance, and they very kindly sent me their Memories of Japan sample set. And as a long-time resident here, I think I can give my thoughts. Let's try a couple. There's an insert inside for all the fragrances, and every single one of them has a haiku, which is so cool. Seeing notes of rice and matcha and steel sword, sake, umeshu, osmanthus, really cool things. So I don't even know where to start. I have never smelled a matcha fragrance in my life before. Let's see. Wait, how did they do that? This literally smells like matcha powder. They literally nailed the kind of like almost dry, astringent quality of matcha powder and then just kind of mixed in with like some really sweet vanilla. I also definitely get the milk quality. This literally smells like matcha ice cream. That is so cool. Something that I'm interested in is kimono. One of my favorite concepts for Japanese fragrances is always a fragrance that smells like a woman who loves kimono would wear it. Ooh, definitely get the magnolia, which is really beautiful. And then there's also a hint of rice flour. Like they actually smell like the notes that they say they're gonna smell like. That's insane. Definitely get the powder, and there is kind of like a silk quality to it. Like kind of when you store kimono, you keep them in a box usually, and when you open those, they kind of have a smell that comes out, and I can definitely get the vibe from this. Next one I want to try is Japanese whiskey. I'm very intrigued. One thing about me is that I love a boozy fragrance. Oh my god, this smells so good. I don't know what I was expecting, but wait, I have to spray this one on my skin to get a better idea. It literally smells like Japanese whiskey. That is so crazy. I don't know how they're doing this. It literally smells like you cracked a bottle of Yamazaki, and then there's like this kind of like malted, almost oatmeal cookie quality to it that smells so good with the whiskey. I'm not usually a gourmand person. This is probably the best gourmand I've ever smelled in my life. I just love the malted quality too. I think that's what like brings it all together. This is so good. I've never smelled anything like this. Like it is really special. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be my favorite, but let's try one more. All right, I think last one that I'm gonna try is Sakura Snow. This year was really cool because we actually had snow while there was sakura out, so I'm really excited about this. Whoa, this just kind of smells like winter, but not in like a cold harsh way, but like in a way that it's about to be spring and everything is very like kind of aquatic and the snow is like melting and stuff like that. They really captured the smell of sakura, like that's freshly falling from the trees, because the petals are still wet, they're not like dry yet, so you kind of get that like rubbery quality to them. I'm like really wondering how they do this because these are executed so well. This is probably my favorite interpretation of a sakura fragrance I've ever smelled, and even comparing that to like Japanese fragrances that are sakura themed, definitely very icy. It almost has like a minty quality to it, which I absolutely love. These were all amazing, but I would say the ones that blew me away were the matcha soft serve and the Japanese whiskey one. I'm literally so curious about the other scents now, so let me know if you want a part 2 of the other one. I have never gotten more requests to try a makeup look. Everything about this look is so spooky, so stunning, so I want to try to recreate it on my skin tone. Gonna start out with just the basic cushion. This is my favorite like all-purpose one from Full Races. I don't know if it's her natural freckles or they drew them on, but she has so many and they go all over her face, like in this area and then also above her eyebrow, which I think is a really cool touch. I'm gonna place a few extra on my nose just to get kind of a natural contour. And then for the iconic bleach brows that all the men have been hating on, I'm gonna use this Can Make brow mascara. I kind of feel like Mia Goth right now. For eyes, it looks like she has kind of a matte, really cool toned, like pinkish brown color going on. It looks like they brought the shadow actually all the way up into her brow, kind of like a 1920s placement, and then all over the lid. And then really smoked it out. Gonna add some extra depth here and on the outer part of my eye. It's hard to tell from the photo, but I think she just has mascara on. And actually I'm gonna do a tiny wing using black eyeshadow just to mimic her eye shape a little bit more since my eyes are so round. Definitely the part I'm most nervous about. She kind of has a warm toned nude blush on, which I don't normally wear. I'm gonna use this shade because it looks cool toned enough. This is Honesty from the brand Hints, and I guess I'm just gonna go in. I don't know what's happening, but my neighbors are like running around their yard like trying to kill something with a spray bottle. So like all I hear is like screaming. I guess that's very like Wednesday coded. Anyways, I hope whatever they're trying to kill doesn't come in my house. I scoured through my whole collection to try to find the perfect shade, so I keep looking outside. I'm like really nervous to recreate her lip, and I settled on Smoke from Unearthly Cosmetics for my lip liner. I'm just going to outline my lips. Make sure to keep my Cupid's bow prominent. I usually fill it in. That beautiful almost soft vampy lip that she has, I'm going to use Eternal from Unearthly Cosmetics. This is a new shade with Courtney Quarantine. It's so beautiful. I'm just going to lightly dab it on because I kind of like how her makeup poured throughout the day, where the middle part of her lipstick came off a bit. All right, here is the finished look. It's so similar to how I do my makeup normally, but different at the same time. I really hope that we see more gothic makeup on the red carpet. Didn't you just move? Why are you moving again? You know what? I would love to tell you. So I've moved like 5 or 6 times since I moved to Japan 7 years ago. People move a lot here. But to be honest, the house I live in now was supposed to be the last for a long while. And the reason that we're moving from here after only a year, or not even a year of being here, is because the whole first floor of this house is basically a mold paradise. Basically, right after we moved in, we found out that this house needed to be sprayed for bugs, which is fine. It's Japan. There's bugs. Houses need to be sprayed for them. It was kind of a win-win for us because we got brand new tatami out of it and we got some of our rent reimbursed, so we were like, okay, a win's a win, I guess. But like only a month later, this whole room just molded over overnight, and it was the end of the summer, which is a really humid season here, so we were just kind of like, maybe that's why, but at the same time we were like, what the fuck? So we called the people out here. This would be the second time that we called the owners out here. People came again. They basically said since the tatami was new and it was also sitting over, we have a floor kotatsu, which is actually like under the floor, and that's kind of connected to the bottom of the house. Like humidity was coming in through there, so they were like, we're just gonna seal it off, clean everything, treat everything, and it'll be fine. And we were just kind of like, okay. I mean, I was suspicious, but we didn't really have any other problems. All winter, spring passes, all is fine, and then we get to now, which is the humid season, the summer season, and bam, the whole room molds over again. At this point, we're getting a little bit tired of it. Honestly, we've been noticing other little small odd things, like some of the floorboards down here have soft spots. They had soft spots when we moved in, but the owners didn't say anything, so we were like, oh, maybe it's all fine. But like the space under our kitchen counters always smelled like moldy and musty, even though I never saw anything. And also like everything in there has been molding, especially recently. And I was starting to feel weird a couple weeks ago, and we were like, I wonder why. And we opened up the aircon that usually I sit under downstairs, full of black mold. I mean, like full of black mold. Obviously, as anybody would be, we were pissed. So honestly, we didn't really intend to buy a house like just to buy one. That's a thought that we came up with. Like after we had an inspector out here and he was like, yeah, there's a major problem with this house, major structural issue with this house, there's very clear water damage everywhere. We were like, yeah, we should go. This is really bad. Even though the owner was like, yeah, I want to renovate the whole first floor and like rip everything out and like install a fan system and like all this stuff, we were just kind of like, we're not your personal assistants. This would be the 3rd time that we'd have to deal with this. We were just like, no more. So yeah, we basically started looking for apartments nearby because we actually do really love the area. Like we wanted to stay out here and we don't want to move. And just for funsies, we checked the house listings instead of the apartments, and we ended up falling in love with the house that we want to buy now. I know it sounds a little bit extreme, a little bit rushed, but honestly, I feel like it was meant to be, because I feel like we wouldn't even looked for this house and fell in love with it if we weren't dealing with these problems and wanting to move in the first place. So in a weird way, I have to be thankful for this shitty situation. All I have to say is I really apologize if I'm a bit distant in the next couple of weeks. The mold has really been affecting my chronic illnesses recently. I've had some really rough days, so I'm just trying to take it really easy. When I say I cannot wait to move, I cannot wait to move. officially hot weather season in Japan, which means I can't really wear my casket ready, crypt ready, scary fragrances anymore. I'm kind of trying to branch out into more floral and fruity scents while still keeping it a little bit spooky. So I thought, what's better than pomegranate for Persephone? This first one is Andaluvisa from Just Fragrances or JUS Fragrances. I believe they're from France, and this absolutely smells divine. It literally smells like pomegranate pez candy mixed with like a deep woody ambery base and a milk note. I'm absolutely obsessed with this one. I just feel like it smells really unique while not being overpowering. Also, the bottle is just absolutely stunning. I'm such a sucker for packaging. This next one is Pomegranate Noir from Jo Malone, like just from the name. Honestly, smelling this, I really think this is what Persephone would have smelled like. It has a ton of really cool notes, and it's very like herbaceous and a little bit floral, but like weird florals. It's not like your everyday floral fragrance. I love the pomegranate in here because it's kind of a, you know, that astringent, almost dry quality that a really fresh pomegranate has. This is definitely that. There's like some dark berries, some spices. Like, it smells a little bit dangerous. It's definitely a dark fragrance. Imagine you cut open a fresh pomegranate and you laid it on a bed of like herbs and like dark dangerous berries. That would be this. This last one, I must admit, I was a little bit disappointed after I bought it because it's called Melagrana, which eludes the pomegranate. It's from Santa Maria Novella, which is a super old fragrance house. Their history is really cool. This is like a Persephone owned like a really fancy like soap line that hotels carry. It's just like very vaguely pomegranate scented. That would kind of be this. It has like that really classic like ivory soap smell, and honestly it kind of smells like a more gentle version of Chanel No. 5. I didn't like it at first, but now I kind of like it because it just smells so clean, so I kind of layer it with other things. All right, that's all. I'm probably gonna go melt outside now because it is so hot, but at least I'll smell good. I feel like this lipstick haunts us all. This is Alone Time from MAC. It has been so viral in Japan. Like, it literally took me so long just to find one in stock. I blame this girl. But yeah, by popular request, I went and picked it up when I was doing a little staycation outside my house, as well as two other things. First up though is Alone Time. This is from their Luster Glass series, I believe. It's funny because I was looking for Stone a couple months ago, and I asked a lady in Japan, like, do you have a kind of grayish lipstick that's called Stone? And she was like, the only gray lipstick we have is Alone Time. And I didn't buy it back then, but I'm glad I have it now, so let's try. I also haven't tried this range from MAC before. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. It's a little bit darker on me than like some other people, but that could just be because I'm the color paper. This is such a beautiful nude. I can see why it's so viral. I really don't have a lipstick like this. And I feel like for my pale girls who are not in Asia, this is probably one of the only options you would have for like a cool tone muted nude. They just really don't exist. 10 out of 10. All right, the next one I have is Uncensored, and I believe these came out at the same time. It's like the darker, more brown version of Alone Time. As someone with olive skin, I typically love a brown lip color, and this looks gorgeous so far. Oh yeah, this is so pretty. A little bit warmer than Alone Time, but not by much. Even though it's brown, it almost has kind of that antique rose kind of vibe to it. If you've been looking for a lipstick like that that's just a little bit more on the brown side, this one is for you. I really like this. All right, last up, I'm not sure if you're supposed to use these just on your eyes or not, but it is Taylor Gray. It's a paint pot. Color looks perfect, so I want to try a little bit as a contour. All right, that's an absolutely like perfect color. And also as a lipstick. Ooh. You know what? Just from the texture, I feel like this would make a really good lip liner. So if you've been looking for a very pale, cool-toned taupey gray, this is kind of like a really good alternative. You'd have to use a brush, but yeah, I thought this was gonna be good. I will say it is a little bit tight, like a really weird matte lipstick color, but let me put a gloss over it. It's just so pretty. I'm definitely gonna do a full face with this. I think I could. All right, that's all. Happy haunting, I guess. So I planned out my whole spooky fragrance wish list, which, as I said before, you should never do. But I realized Lucky Scent ships to Japan and summer's almost over and I've missed fragrance, so let's try all these. First up, and perhaps the most goth, is Melancholia from Moth and Rabbit. This has been on my wish list forever. I mean, just from the name alone. So the notes, let's see. Yeah, that is sad and forlorn. Dirt or like wet soil, incense, and some like dark brooding fruits. All I can imagine is sitting in a very dark, dim lit place, looking at the window as it rains in like a worn, loved chair, but I'm like very sad. Next up is a churchy incense fragrance, which I bought because one, somebody said I kind of have a waxy candle quality to it, and then two, someone said it smelled like old people and dying and they hated it, so I was like, oh, perfect for me. This is Hearsay from Chapel Factory. Does smell kind of similar to morphine, but it has more. Even though it is a little bit somber just because of the incense of patchouli, it just has this like bright springy greenness to it. I also definitely get the kind of waxy candle vibe that it has going on in this. This is a beautiful church fragrance. I haven't met a church fragrance that I haven't liked yet. Next one is from Silhouette Parfums, and I love the presentation. Judging from the notes alone and some of the reviews I've seen, a lot of people are saying this is like the perfect deep broody vampire fragrance. This is Romance Noir. It literally smells like every single note that they listed. Literally, if you imagine a vampire draped over like old velvet and like everything's dead around them, like the classic image of a sultry vampire, this is literally what that room would smell like. With the wine, with the candles, with everything going on, this is literally like a ancient Renaissance vampire. I don't know. This is awesome. I mean, I think this is it. I don't think there is another fragrance that is as vampire as this one is. A spooky soul. All right, last up, another churchy incense fragrance. Who would have thought? This is Cardinal from Healy Paris. I love soft gothic perfumes, and people were saying that this smells like a mix between Roman church incense and bed linens. Let's see if they're right. Yeah, exactly what this smells like. It smells like beautiful, fresh, herby linens, like not like a classic laundry soap, but something very clean and herbaceous with like Catholic incense. Since I live in Japan, I love a clean fragrance, so I'm really happy to have a spooky addition to my collection. I cannot wait until fall so I can wear these. Japanese summer needs to get out. I'm always on a hunt for a sheer white foundation, and I always get people asking, why don't you just use sunscreen? And I'm not going to do that specifically, but I did get 2 tone-up creams. One is really popular in Japan, and then one I believe is popular in Korea. These are technically for the body, but I'm just going to put them on my face too, because I believe they're just supposed to give like a sheer white, like toning up effect to the skin. So first up is the White Conch CC cream. Pretty sure a lot of celebrities and idols use this. I see it everywhere, and this is kind of the effect that it has. It does kind of smell like grapefruit cleaner, which I'm not the biggest fan of, and it's cooling. This is a before and after on my hands, so let's see what it looks like on my face. I'm gonna do like this much. It really feels like sunscreen. This is what it looks like on my skin. It also has like micro glitters. I don't know if you can see them on camera, just like really sporadically. I feel like on my skin tone, it definitely comes across as a lead makeup alternative, but on anybody else, I feel like this would be ashy. Like the difference is subtle, but still brightening on my skin tone, so I can't imagine people using this all over their body. Okay, the next one is the AOU Dazzling Cream. I've been wanting to try this forever since I saw it in Korea. This is in 01 White, and it definitely looks way stronger than the first one. I'm just gonna like rub it in a lot. It does say it has a blurring effect, so I'm kind of curious what it looked like on my face. Okay, looking at both of them, I think I like the finish of this one just a little bit more. It's a little bit more blurring and a little bit more glowy. But I feel like from far away, they both serve their purpose. This is what I want. I love a sheer white foundation. Final thoughts, I like this one for the body more. I feel like it looks a lot more natural, but on the face, I like the AOU one more. So I saw everybody's been reading East of Eden on TikTok, and I was like, you know what, me too, I also want to read it. So I looked for like the most affordable, accessible copy that I could find in Japan in English. And what is this? Like, why is this so big? It's like the size of a textbook, and I cracked it open earlier. First of all, this is how the chapters are listed. No page numbers. Actually, there's no page numbers throughout the entire copy. But worst of all, every single comma and apostrophe is like a gangle of letters. Like, who printed this? You guys remember these gothic Labubus that I got? Yeah, they have a second series now. It just came out. After that video, I was like, I'm not gonna buy any more blind boxes, but this literally dropped like the day after I posted it. And my friends and I love this series so much that I was like, you know what, why not? Because like, look at all the options. They're all so cute. I don't even know which one I want the most, but I think it's this one. Let's open them all together and see which one stays and which one goes to my friends. Let's start out with the most like busted up box in here. It doesn't want to come out. Oh my god, this one is so cute. I don't know, maybe this is the one I'm gonna keep. Like, it matches my style so well already. Wait, I just noticed that you could roll their eyes and the context change. That is so cute. By the way, this one is Clover Koala. I'm gonna do a pretty box now. This is literally so fun. I forgot to mention, the series is called the Twin Secret Realm, I think. Oh my gosh, so cute. They like really outdid themselves. So adorable. I love the patchwork and the buttons that are sewed on. Her eyes look like a little house. These ones are like a little bear or mouse. This is Mushroom Mouse, very fitting. Except the other bust up box. I really want to see this one or this one. Oh, it's the heart one. Oh my god, this is actually so cute. She looks like a little brain. The colors are so fleshy. It also has like all these magnetic components, like the ears flop down. Also, this little heart comes off. That's so cute. Maybe this one's my favorite. I didn't think I was gonna like this one. Also, another eye patch one. My other favorite one is the eye patch one from the first series. They could be so cute together. Her eyes are broken hearts and little crossbones. This one is Begonia Dog, and I think also my favorite so far. 3 more left. Oh my gosh, look at her little scarf. It's so long. This one is not my favorite, but I do have a friend that's going to love it. This is the Cactus Fair. Please be the vampire one. I want to see her already. Yay! ask and you shall receive. Look how adorable she is. She has a freaking velvet cape. Like, this one is so cute. She has to be my favorite. Like, look at the little vampire on her chest. I don't know if she's a werewolf or a vampire, like a mix of both of them. Look at her little fluffy tail on the back. Okay, her card says she's the succulent wolf, so I guess she is a werewolf, but she looks vampiric. I really don't want to get the secret one because I like the last design, so... Oh, okay, we're safe. Oh my gosh, how adorable is this one? She's literally in a lost and found burlap sack and she injured her little ear. Like, she's so cute. I think you can also pull her hood off and she has a little face right here. It's now time to choose, which I'm really sad about because these make me kind of maternal. I'm definitely between these two. I don't think I could decide between them. They're both so cute and so detailed. So I think these two are gonna stay with me and the rest of these guys are gonna go to my friends. So I've been in the pursuit of brown Korean lip tints and Ramon just released 2 of them. Well, technically I think 1, but I have been coveting this shade. Look at this gloss color. This has been sold out everywhere. It was so hard to get my hands on this. This is the other one. Both of these are from their newest Sanrio collaboration for the summer, so let's try them together. I think this is Korea exclusive, but I don't know for sure. This first one is 12 Cream Shell. It's in their Glassing Color Gloss, which is one of my favorite formulas from them. They are super gloss-like. Look at this color. Can't wait anymore. Let's try it. Ooh, yeah. I have been so obsessed with pale gloss. This is absolutely everything I could ever want. This is what it looks like, and I mean, I don't think I have to say anything. This is absolutely stunning. Why don't brands have more colors like these? Really hope that they're gonna make this permanent to their main line because I'm gonna need like multiples of these. All right, and then for the brown shade, this is Tanned Cocoa from their just regular Juicy Lasting Tint line. The color looks really promising and definitely one of the most brown Korean lip tints I've seen. Let's see. Oh, I was actually kind of worried that this would be too warm for me when I saw the rest of the summer line, but this is absolutely perfect. I think I'm gonna need this one to be permanent as well. I've been loving the direction that KB has been going recently, especially with lip tint colors, so I hope they continue and I hope that we see more shades like this.